All right, let's see here. Welcome back, Mythlanders. We are in session 42 of Goblin Stone. Our heroes have cut a path through the stone ever since leaving the Temple of Ogma. They've made their way through bugbears, back up through a secret passage where they came out into a goblin ambush. But they took out the goblins once more, drove the stranger, or the strangler, into running back off to the north somewhere. Killed another bugbear and a goblin magic user. We ended off in that same spot as some of our allies have entered the chambers, the private chambers of this goblin, Greenbelly. Merlin looks very interested in this circle of magic. Meanwhile, Millie and Lokag had moved up toward the front during combat and are now closer to the corridor of sort of red glare coming off those fiery sealed doors. And that is where we left off last session. Pon, what did I miss? Any other details you wanted to share from last session?
Oh, goodness. I don't think so. I mean, it was pretty combat heavy and moving forward. I remember doing some cool moves while running down a zip line shooting a bow. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think that was one of my more ridiculous things that have happened. I'm not sure. I think, Helena, I have a hard time with her at these moments because she more responds to the moment rather than observes and calculates what to do next. So that often can lead to trouble. So that's where she's at.
All right, awesome. How about you, DL? What else do you have to add about last session?
I remember having the feeling that Lokag is about to outrun the party by 900 feet. So hopefully he doesn't go too far too fast. But yeah, we got a room on one side that people want to explore, and then we've got goblins running away in another direction. But once we go that way, we're going to be exposed to arrow fire, I think, from the outside. So we kind of got to manage our group here and try to make our way through. I think this is... what's the best way to put this? I think this is a moment to manage our attrition, right? If we use too many resources too fast, it's going to get increasingly worse and worse for us as we work our way upward in the tower. So I think we need to maybe be a little more cautious and I mean we're mowing through these goblins. Just can't split the party and use up a lot of resources. That's my thoughts.
All right. What about you, Big Bri? What did you have to add, or did you have any questions?
I remember being about to outrun the party by 900 feet. So dead on there. Yeah. No, I remember Lokag. It's just jonesing for a good fight, and all of these cowards keep running. So he's ready to give it a go. To really dig in here.
All right. So as time resumes its normal pace, no longer frozen in that crystallized moment. Helena, you can see Merlin. He's kind of leaning around the corner, looks towards you and Clifford, and then turns and stomps back to the north toward that circle of magic. What is Helena doing? As you enter you've just taken out the goblin magic user, Greenbelly.
Oh, I don't know if I really trust this goblin circling around this magic thing over here. Just sort of like tries to hide and spy on him.
Okay. Make a stealth check. Seems to be reaching into pouches at his waist.
14.
He doesn't seem to notice you as he pulls strangely curved and shaped bits of metal. You can just make out runes scratched on the surface of them. He begins sort of laying them at certain points around the circle. He walks around it, his armor clanging and screeching as it does. He's careful not to step on any of the glowing lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna casually walk over to Clifford and whisper to him, "Hey, creepy goblin's doing creepy goblin things with magic over here."
Well, maybe we should get our resident arcanist on here, see what Lokag thinks he's doing. I was wondering what's in these crates. I mean, I could keep an eye on him, but I don't know what to look for, really. He's doing something with magic with the circle.
Then I'll just go get Lokag.
All right, then.
Just doesn't even give him a chance to respond.
Yeah.
She repeats the same thing to Lokag. Creepy goblin doing creepy goblin stuff.
No time. Bugbear, running. Got to go.
What?
Lokag just points down the hallway as he's about to take off.
Fine. So she decides to continue to keep an eye on Merlin. Just in case, you know.
Yeah. He's pretty quickly dropped several of these bits of metal down. He leans over some of the gleaming lines and lays some of these bits of metal out at the edges of different circles within the larger circle. What is X doing?
X will follow Lokag. I mean, the rest of the group is going to do what they're going to do, I guess, but we got to keep the big man going. And also, he's balancing the scales. You know, other people sitting around in a room exploring, they're not killing goblins. So X has got to be with the guy who's sending souls where they belong.
Fair. All right, so yeah, as X, as you move up abreast of Lokag, do you all continue moving out into the hallway?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then, oh yeah.
Are we on a loose initiative?
We can
I didn't know
continue
if I needed to
using
wait.
the initiative from last session.
Okay. I didn't know if I needed to wait to move, so.
No, it's fine. You all can go ahead and move. We're pretty loose.
All right. Yeah, Lokag will go up to the corner here and stop and peek around.
It is quiet to the north. You can see, though, that there are more braziers to the north. It seems like a much larger chamber. This lighting should auto-reveal, but for some reason it just is not quite doing that. So So you see a low, smoky red light coming from far across a chamber to the north of you.
Okay. Do I still hear the bugbear calling out warnings?
You do. You hear other sounds as well. It sounds like goblins sneaking about trying to get into position.
Awesome. I'll use my bonus action to keep my rage going if needed.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely would be needed at this point. Alright, so what about X? Do you follow him up there? What do you all do?
Well,
from
X is definitely being stealthy, but I'm right behind.
Okay, we'll go ahead and make a stealth check then for X. Millie kind of shouts back toward Helena. See if there's anything, go ahead and look for valuables or whatever you're going to do, but if it looks like Merlin is taking too long, make him stop.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Ah! Stealing this power.
Is it gonna help a lot?
It will help Merlin.
But not us.
Merlin will help you. It will
Yeah.
help you.
Well, we're all gonna, leave and stuff. We're leaving, so you need to hurry up.
Merlin will come find you.
Oh, okay. Merlin will come find you. He says it'll give him power or something.
Clifford kind of skitters up to you all. I don't know what to look for, so I figured I'll just come with y'all.
If there are chests and stuff in the room, I bet Clifford would probably want to check those out and make sure we're not leaving any valuables behind.
That's probably true. He might wait. He could be pretty swift, so he might wait around. Go ahead and make an investigation check for him. Just give us a D20 for Clifford.
Okay.
He's got a +3 to his investigation.
And Clifford gets a 5.
Alright, so Clifford spends some time looking. And hangs back for a round or so. Millie follows up with getting up there.
Darth _Loquitur says, Skull Player 0 is my hero.
In that case, Helena, if you want to move your rattlings up, you all can. So, Lokag, you hear, multiple footsteps of bare and booted feet. You hear a low, harsher voice you've come to associate with hobgoblins. It seems to be giving... The tone is that they're sort of giving orders, perhaps. Organizing whatever welcoming party awaits you in that chamber ahead. Sounds at least like several creatures. Well, go ahead.
If we're still on, I'll probably just wait until we come around to full initiative. My plan is to just dash in there. So I don't want to, I don't know. If I can do that, I will. But if you want to just wait until we've come around to Lokag's turn, can as well. My plan is to initiate combat, strike first, so to speak. So
okay. So Lokag's thinking about dart. You all can see it on his body that he is like about to just dart around the corner, full send, full sprint, charge into combat as soon as he finds it in the chamber ahead. What about X? What does X? Does he do or say anything here? What's he planning?
Oh, he's got an evil smile on his face, and he's looking at Lokag, and he says, I approve.
What about Helena?
I was reading a character sheet thing. What are you asking me about? Because I want to move forward.
Yeah, just like what you're, if you're good with this, and you're, if you're gonna follow in with them, or what your plan is.
Oh yeah, I mean, she basically feels like she was corralled along, which she responds pretty well to, actually. So yeah, she's in it. With the rats and everything, they're slightly ahead of her. I imagine her walking forward with the rats on either side, arms slightly outstretched, like.
All right. Well, you all can. You all can go ahead and move, or actually, if everyone's following Lokag, go ahead and move your token.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to. Let's see. I've still got Longstrider on. We've probably got maybe 30 minutes left on that, because it's an hour, right, Dale?
Yes. I would love it if Millie would just, like, use the dodge action and peek around the corner and take all the readied actions. I think that would be fantastic. And then you run in behind her. So, like,
Okay,
put Millie...
Would begrudgingly accept this.
All right, so Millie nods, hefts her shield, steps around Lokag, and begins to move northward.
Lokag will follow, like, be right behind her. He'll be coming up with her. So.
Actually, Millie should just stand here and make sure that nobody's coming the other way. That's
From the south?
probably... Yeah. That's probably easier for a player that's not here. You know what I'm saying? So just have her be the rear guard and do dodge and take all the shots from the incoming. I can't talk. You know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, if there's any attacks from behind.
Sweet. Then in that case, man, how dark is it down there? Lokag doesn't have dark vision. I didn't think about that.
So it's definitely dark. Like I said, there's braziers around the chamber that'll provide some low light.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take the dodge action, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on up. Take all 55 feet of movement. I'll put my token there, but if I need to bring it back some or something for a readied action, let me know.
Okay. So as you get closer, you can definitely hear multiple goblins just around the corner. Let me adjust on the map. You see a few As I said, you see there are goblins on both sides of you. Some of them obvious, some of them not, like silent until you pop around the corner. Trying to reveal the whole chamber to you. To the north, in a large sort of pool of shadow, is a massive statue of a cross-legged figure. A dull orange light playing from one of its eyes. You see the glint of bars in a recess to the north. Massive archways, one just to the right of you along the southeastern wall, and one on the northwestern wall. A massive arch. One stairs plunge down into the earth, and from the other, on the northwest, stairs wind upward. Just a moment. Multiple goblins, they fire at you with short bows or draw scimitars and wait. So 2 of these will be with advantage, as these 2 beaten your passive perception.
If he's dodging,
Then a single roll if Lokag is dodging. So
my mic was muted.
So 17 and an 11.
17 meets it, beats it.
All right, Lokag will take that's 7 piercing.
Have it.
There are 4 short bow attacks at disadvantage since you're dodging. Another 17.
Hmm?
For 8 piercing damage.
Got it.
And there'll be 2 more attacks at single rolls. As 2 of them throw javelins.
Both hit.
For a total of 14 more damage.
Got it. I love raging.
Now, you all mentioned, we're going to be right on their tail, on Lokag's tail. So Helena and X and the rats can all move up to just behind Lokag.
My whole screen is black.
Oh no.
No!
Guess I'll refresh it.
It's not updated on the map in Twitch either. The lighting.
Okay.
So it just wasn't showing you the map at all, Pon?
Yeah,
okay.
I got it now.
Okay, awesome.
So I want to get like. Does that work?
Yeah. So Lokag, you run up dodging. This was your intent, just to take attacks and try to dodge them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, open up the playing field, essentially.
All right. And X and Helena have not been detected by any of them. At least they haven't reacted. They're all looking at Lokag. So Helena and X can each make a single attack as he steps forward, sort of readied actions for when something reveals themselves.
I can see people from where I'm
You
at.
can see one, but it does have some cover from where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
The same for X. They both have 3/4 cover, so they'll have a +5 to their AC. Or you can hold your stealth and wait till your turn.
I want to do that.
Okay. What about X?
Yeah, also staying stealthed.
Okay. In that case, everyone go ahead and highlight your tokens and roll initiative.
Should I do that for the rats too?
We'll just have them go on your... Well, Bubby should probably have his own initiative.
Okay.
The swarm of vermin will go on your turn.
Hey, Dan, could you center the map a little bit on the characters? Because the characters are like hidden under Clifford right now.
Yes, give me just a moment. Is that what you meant?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, top of the order is X.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of creep like here-ish. And I can see these two guys here standing next to each other, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a ranged attack here, so I'm gonna make sure I'm staying at least 5 feet away from them. And I'm going to do a poison spray on each one of them since I am a Reaper and they're within 5 feet of each other.
Nice.
So let's poison spray them right directly in the head. Here we go. Advantage, because I believe myself to be hidden. Okay. Where did it go? Shoo!
Alright, that's the two
20.
nearest you.
Yeah, just right over here.
Alright.
So 28 to hit for the first one for 10
That's definitely going to hit.
damage. And then a 23 to hit on the second one for 13 damage. And then I'll do something unusual that I've never done before. I'll slink back here and re-stealth.
One of the goblins gives a ragged sigh and collapses. The one that lived disengages as its bonus action, moves back to here, and fires at Lokag with its bow again.
Does my Does my dodge action still apply on
Yeah.
this, or okay?
Yeah. So that 12 is going to miss you. The dark, another arrow lances toward Lokag, but you hear the creaking of the bow and the scrape of footstep. You're able to turn, and it's going to be an 11 to hit Lokag. I'm sorry, it's just going to be a 15 because it's a single roll. No, it would have been disadvantage dodging. So that 11, either way, is going to miss Lokag. At a shouted command from a hobgoblin throat, one of the goblins darts towards you with a scimitar and a rickety wooden shield. You can kind of see through the planks of it to the wide, staring, fearful goblin eyes as it charges up at Lokag. With a 17 to hit.
Oh, 17 hits. But as it enters, I'd like to use my reaction to attack it.
Absolutely.
Sweet. 27.
That's going to hit.
I forgot I was blessed. That's awesome. 11 damage to the goblin.
The goblin barely manages to stumble forward, keeping its footing, and makes a single slash at Lokag. For that 4 damage.
Got you.
From one of the pools of light near one of the bracers to the north, a hobgoblin raises its longbow and fires at Lokag for a 15 to hit. The hobgoblin
Miss.
does not move any closer. I imagine Millie might charge forward at this point. What do you all think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Since Lokag's threatening that side, she'll move and cover these. She couldn't quite move that far. Yeah, she wouldn't probably be able to close with either group. But she could at least get towards some of them. She could use her dash action and get right up in their grill.
Not sure.
Yeah, well, she's in
Probably just
5 foot. She'll probably use her word of radiance once she's kind of surrounded. Let's see. I don't think. I was looking to see if she had bless.
She is blessed. She's got a pink tip.
Oh, she is blessed. Okay. Now, I guess we'll just ready an action for anything that comes closer. Unless somebody else has a better plan.
What about that goblin that's right up on Lokag?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, she can definitely make an attack on that goblin. Pon, you want to roll a d20 for Millie's attack roll?
Yeah.
Nice. Nat 20.
So nice to roll nice for someone else.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 2d8 plus 5.
Ah.
8.
She slashes the goblin along the side of its neck, and it collapses in a heap between her and Lokag. She turns and faces the other 3 goblins to the east. And next in the order is Lokag.
So is that, I think I missed it. Is that goblin behind me dead now? Or?
Yes, it's just for some reason, yeah.
Excellent.
Did not pop up.
Right here, it's two goblins and a bugbear, or just 3 goblins?
3 goblins. Which,
Excellent.
why it says bugbear.
That's okay.
It is not. It is a goblin.
Lokag will step up, and he will attack the goblin labeled bugbear. The goblin wearing a bugbear fan shirt. And actually, you know what? I'm sorry. He would just go up to 10 feet. That way he's not directly within 5 feet of it. Attack it with his glaive. We'll do the first one. Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to do that as a reckless attack. Did I get that out in time? Because it's a 1. I'll let you rule that.
Yeah. We're gonna have to
I'm
take
fine
that.
taking the 1.
Yeah. we're
Okay,
gonna have to take
that's
that.
fine.
So you can use your inspiration or roll the d6.
Ooh, inspiration, please and thank you.
All right. Then re-roll.
All right. Single roll. 14, not much better. But it's not a 1.
Okay. Right. So with advantage. Okay. So that first attack is a 14. That is going to hit.
Okay. So the first attack is going to deal. Yes.
Yeah, you still have
17
You
damage.
still have your inspiration. I misquoted.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
17 damage. This goblin seems like it was a little tougher than the others, but is very hurt after that strike.
Good. And now we will officially declare reckless attack. And we're going to... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action pulse strike. Can I do that? Attack, pulse, bonus action, attack?
Yeah,
You
that's fine.
okay with that?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. 23.
That's definitely a hit.
10 damage.
And you can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the goblin.
So, quick, brutal slice down the chest, spinning the pole, jabbing a pole strike with the hammerhead to finish it off, and then Lokag swings his final attack at the goblin next to Bugbear Fan, also recklessly, for a 28 to hit.
That is going to
With-
hit.
14 damage. Lokag is gonna, let's see, he's 5 feet, so he's going to, without entering their space necessarily, use the rest of his movement to kind of circle around and threaten those 2 goblins. Actually, I'll get fully in their space, so if they try and move anywhere, I'll get an opportunity attack.
Okay, as soon as you land next to this one, it immediately darts away and slips underneath your attack of opportunity.
Ooh, nice disengage. You little girl.
Let's see here. So for some reason, I have trouble with that. There it is. Okay. Anything else for Lokag?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right. There's a faint grunt to the east, or to the west of you, Lokag. A javelin whistles through the air towards you with a 20 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
You see what you think is the Strangler standing kind of crouched low against the wall.
That little bugger. Let's see.
So that is
I will. How many do I have left? I will Stone's Endurance that attack.
okay.
Do. So 6 damage reduced to none. What was DL saying about managing our resources earlier?
The bugbear sort of darts back out of sight. Next in the order is Helena.
Let's see. Well, I can send my swarm in. I want them to, if they can, get over to maybe these goblins over here on the right. Looks like they're kind of behind a rock.
Not a large enough rock, it's maybe 6 inches up out of the floor.
So they could run over it?
Yeah.
Could I go straight like this then?
You have to round the corner.
Where would that be? Like here?
So yeah, just at the edge of where that light is at. But if you're trying to close the distance with the goblins, you could definitely get up close to them.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do is get as close as I can to them and bite them if I can.
Okay, yeah. I think they both have enough movement to get up there.
I'm just bad at the stupid arrow thing. Freeze up now because...
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, just remember on your left-hand side, you've got to re-click the little grabby arrow at the top of the icon menu. So that's how I'll get stuck in measurement mode sometimes. I'm like, why can't I move my token?
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's the right amount, and I can't do the bends around the curves or anything like that. I've gotten it to work one time, and it was on accident. So,
You definitely have enough space.
okay, I'm gonna take your word for it.
25 feet of movement for the swarm to get to there.
Okay. Have them bite that goblin that's right to the north of them.
Okay. I'm pretty sure.
I've got their sheet pulled up. Bites.
Awesome. Well, you could actually flank the one goblin. +8. It's still not going to hit. But then there's Bubby's attack as well.
Heck yeah, Bubby. All right, Bubby's also going to bite. 10.
A 10 is, let's see here. Fortunately, is gonna miss.
Poor
It's got a
Bubby.
little bit of armor.
Then there's Helena. Can I see anybody from where I'm at now? Or do I need to move?
So you can definitely see.
Oh, the one straight ahead.
This one is dead, but yeah, you can see this one. It's in dim light.
Will it matter if I get closer?
No, you'll still be able to hit it in dim light.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
if
just
it
gonna
was hiding, you'd be at disadvantage to see it.
I'm gonna shoot that one. And I'm gonna shoot as many times as necessary.
It's a good attitude. Let's see how many times Helena can hit this goblin with her new bow.
Just looking for it. Maybe I'm not on the right thing. I am. It's not my light crossbow +1. No, there it is. There it is. Okay, got it.
21 is a hit.
$15 damage.
Goblin stumbles back as the arrow vanishes from its stomach. Goblin does not yet fall, but you hear sort of it's ragged breathing.
Another shot it is then.
29, definitely a hit.
And 15 damage again.
You can feel free to describe or pass.
Helena does a shrill la, 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 and then shoots it as its guts go splattering out its backside from hitting it more or less in the same spot twice. And I'd like to move up. Can I shoot one more time then?
Yeah,
Someone
if you
else?
move up in range. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sweet. I don't want to take from Locag here, so we'll go up to the one that Bubby up here, and then try to shoot the one like straight to the east. Yeah.
Okay. A nat 20.
Yeah.
A 30. That's definitely gonna hit.
Oh, and I want to put my bonus attack. I didn't turn it on. My septic
Your
strikes.
septic
but
strikes. Okay.
Yeah. That's 15 every time. That's so funny. And then a D4.
And your D4, yeah.
Yes.
19. You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the goblin.
Helena's on fire. She doesn't really even. I'm not even gonna pay mind to the player how it died. It's just that they're dropping and it's glorious.
Absolutely. All right, so yeah, good round for Helena. From the north, another bowstring snaps as an arrow sails toward Locag. He's not dodging anymore, right? So that 15 to hit.
Nope. Is a miss.
Right. This goblin bravely steps over its ally. Oh no, they're not going to attack of opportunity. We'll disengage as its bonus action. Move to there and slash at Millie with its scimitar. gives a frantic, almost spasmodic sort of shouting, slashes with the scimitar, but misses. Oh, let's see here. As Bubby and the swarm stopped in that location, this goblin would have moved back and would not provoke any attacks of opportunity. It raises its bow again. This time fires at Helena with advantage due to its special ability. It moves again, actually on its turn, and fires for a 21 to hit Helena.
Yep, that definitely hits.
All right, for 3 piercing damage. Next, Gravelix, who is sneaking, I imagine. Big Bri, if you want to roll a stealth check for Gravelix, he's going to slip up and try to shoot the goblin that is closed with melee.
8. Plus.
All right.
Not sure.
Plus 6. So it's 14,
14.
and that is going to beat the passive perception. So you can roll with advantage as it fires, as Gravelix fires its bow at this goblin.
Excellent.
Plus 4.
A 6. Plus 4 is 10.
10 is going to miss. There, Gravelix moves back to that position. Yeah. Snap of another bowstring. Just a moment. All right, Helena, you spot a goblin to the east, creeping out of a corridor toward the brazier, raising its bow to fire at Helena. So it does not roll with advantage. It's happening over here to the right. Just looking at the roll on the left, a 10 arrow whistles over Helena's head.
Right in the middle of the action.
Mm-hmm. This hobgoblin, nearest you all, raises a bow and fires it toward Lokag. With a 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
It's going to do this, and it'll have a little bit of bonus damage.
I think our map on Twitch got askew.
Alright, let me fix that real quick. So that'll be a total of 11 damage to Lokag. Clifford finishes rummaging and makes his way toward you all. Does he still have a long stride? Who was it else you gave long strider to? Was it Clifford?
Millie.
Millie, okay.
Me and Millie have it.
You all hear footsteps and the clang of armor coming down from the corridor over to the west, or to the east. It seems a few goblins have come out from that direction, but some armored goblin seems to be making its way pretty rapidly towards you all. The next hobgoblin at the stairs, blocking or guarding the stairs going downward, raises a bow and also fires it toward Lokag. The arrow whistles over his head. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and take Bubby out because I messed up and had Bubby go on Helena's turn.
Take Bubby out?
I took him off the initiative since we had him go on your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, next
I
is
was like, don't take Bubby out.
Not like, take him out.
Yeah.
An arrow pierces Bubby. In the darkness.
Rocks fall, Bubby dies.
No, that's so cruel.
No, I would
You can do
never.
it to Helena, not to Bubby, okay?
Noted. Right, next in the order is X.
None of them are standing next to each other, which is a bummer.
Not currently.
Okay, is the strangler hidden, or he just went back around the corner? I can't see him.
Yeah, he is out of sight.
Okay.
Went off. Lokag will chase him. Don't you worry.
All right, then I'll just clear things up. I'll come around the corner here real sneaky-like, and I'll level a shot at this goblin skirmisher right here. And I
Okay.
will poison spray him.
'28's definitely a
28 for 8 damage.
Goblin gives a hiss of pain, kind of recoils from the blast of stinging venom.
And then I'll run back and I'll hide at a 24.
All right. Goblin nearby, nearest Lokag. You've fought opponents that were terrified before. It probably always, probably strikes some chord in Lokag. Something futile, but still heroic in the little goblin's eyes and stance as it hacks out with an 18 to hit Lokag.
It does hit.
For a total of 6 slashing damage.
Very admirable. Yes, strike me more.
Goblin with a bit of armor dashes forward, fires at Helena for a 13 to hit.
It does not hit. Bounces off her fabulousness.
Nice. Next, another shot from one of the hobgoblins to the north, who do not move from their position. They've entered combat only with their ranged weapons. One of them fires at Millie, but it shatters off of her shield. Millie, now flanking with the goblin, is likely going to lash out with the Sword of the Nameless Warrior. X, if you want to make Millie's attack roll. Plus 8, so that 20 is going to hit. It's going to be a D8 plus 5. She'll get a second hit. Which is also going to land.
So 8 damage followed by 7 damage.
Alright. Goblin seems pretty hurt, but does not fall. Millie stands her ground. Next in the order is Lokag.
Lokag gives this little goblin a sharp nod of his head and a grunt of approval as he goes to behead him quick and clean. A true warrior's death. 29 to hit. Attacking reckless.
Is definitely going to hit.
Dealing out 14 damage.
There's barely any resistance as you slice clean through the goblin's thin neck. It stands for a brief moment before the head sort of topples off. The shoulders drop one way and the head drops the other.
Lokag takes a short second to give him an across the chest salute with his free hand, and then takes his movement trying to close with the Strangler. So I will go all 55 feet this way. I'm in the part where I can see, but if something opens up, I might shift my final position if that's okay with you.
Okay.
I'll stay within the 55.
So let me see here.
Okay. No, that was perfect.
So yeah, you should be able to see him. Double
I
check
do.
Measurement.
And Lokag points his glaive at the Strangler, not knowing if he speaks common or not, and just says, "Found you, coward."
In response, the goblin-like creature sort of spreads its feet wide, and it has a single javelin in one of its hands. Its other hand sort of flexes opening and closing a wrestler's stance.
And it'll be Lokag's turn.
Right. The Strangler darts toward Lokag, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Excellent. Does my reckless attack still apply to my reactions after my turn? I'm fine whatever you roll on that.
Let's say it does.
Okay. Excellent. 30.
A 30 is a hit.
Or 16 damage as the Strangler closes.
Awesome. So yeah, till the start of your next turn, reckless attacks are active. All right, as the figure closes, You can hear something scraping along the ground. You reach back and pull up a massive two-handed mace. The head, a mess of misshapen iron spikes. And it swings the thing at you. Once and twice.
Woof. Both definitely hit.
For a total of 27 and 16. You're raging, correct?
Yes.
So, okay, so
And I will
13
that
and
first
8.
attack. That first attack, I'll stone endurance to reduce some of that 27 damage.
Okay.
So take. Oh, that's so bad. All right, take 4 off of that 27.
All right. To bring it down to an 11. And the next one to
after.
8. After your rage, yeah.
Yep. Thank you. I was just pulling out my calculator to do that. I don't do math in my head well. 11 and 8. Okay. Big hurts. Gotcha.
And the figure sort of shrinks back, ducking back underneath your glaive. And moves toward the door. Merlun still has not yet appeared. Next in the order is Helena.
Well, she eyeballs the goblin warrior that's to the northeast of her, and she's gonna shoot it. The skirmisher was the one she shot earlier. Yeah, so that one should have septic strikes on it still.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I would like to have, I guess, maybe Bubby come flank this goblin. Well, we've already got the swarm of rats, so Bubby's going to go over to this goblin over here and bite it.
Okay, to the hobgoblin?
Yeah.
All right.
And then, yeah, the rats will then bite the goblin next to Millie.
Nice.
So, which one should I go for first?
Whichever you like. Let's go for Bubby first.
Okay.
If I get a vote.
Yeah. I couldn't decide, so anything works for me. A 10. Bubby is consistent.
All right, yeah. Its teeth do not make it through the plated greaves and chainmail of the hobgoblin.
We might have to do something else to little Bubby up. Maybe some metal caps for those teeth, or
The reinforces
Bubby needs a
bite.
grill.
yeah.
Like Jaws in the old
James Bond movie. Yeah, nice.
All right, I'll do the verminkin, the swarm of rats next.
Yeah.
7.
They're giving it their all for their rat queen.
They're not spreading my disease.
It's true. It's true. They are
I'm
not
not asking
currently.
for much damage. I just want them to spread the sickness.
Yeah.
All right, and then for Helena, who hopefully won't let us down. 18.
18 is a hit on the Goblin Warrior.
Yeah. Every time it's been 15.
15. Nice.
12.
12 is going to miss.
Boo. All right. And then the last one, I'm going to turn Septic Strikes on for it. 21.
Also a hit.
What? I get it.
Another 15. Consistent.
I'm fine. It's a great number, really. I just
Yeah.
like what? What?
The goblin suddenly seems very hurt.
That's right. Not as hurt as I am looking at him, though.
All right. Another snap from a hobgoblin bow, this time toward Millie. Another miss. This one shatters on the wall just over her head. The little goblin tries to take advantage by stabbing out with its scimitar. But it does not pierce Millie's thick armor. And there, the goblin disengages and moves back toward its allies. Goblin moves. The skirmisher moves out away from the stairs and let's see here. Fires an attack at Millie with advantage. But this one shatters on her thick mithril breastplate. Now for Gravelix. Elena, what do you think Gravelix is going to do? He could definitely hide as a bonus action. And try to fire on one of his allies, or his former allies. Seems most likely.
I think he's probably eager to prove himself. I think he's going to savagely attack the closest goblin he can see.
Okay. So he'll move up and try to either fire at the warrior you just shot, or the skirmisher that just shot at Millie.
Oh, you asking me to choose?
If anybody has any suggestions, he might shoot the more wounded one.
I think he would go for that, because then if he could take someone out, he'd be like, look, see, I'm so committed. I killed my own.
I think that's it. Go ahead and roll a d20 then for Gravelix.
16?
Plus 4, that's a 20.
Nice.
So go ahead and make a stealth check for him.
Is that also a d20?
Mm-hmm. He's got a plus 6 on that.
Oh.
So he does not manage to get that advantage, but that 16 on the die, a 20 is going to hit. He's got a d6 plus 2.
D6 plus 2. 4. So 6.
Warrior drops. It's a gagging sound as the arrow pierces the goblin's scrawny neck. Drops to the ground, and Gravelix leaps up and shouts his name, Gravelix! He steps back a little south. Alright, it's a little bit late, but this might be a good spot for a short break. Does that sound okay with everyone?
Yeah, let's take it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Mythlanders, we'll be back in just a few with more of the action. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking about what your next move is? You know, you obviously, there's more goblins streaming in. Do you stay and fight all of them? Balance the scales for the matcha? Get some glory for Lokag? Or what? What do you think, Big Bri?
I think he
Oh,
went
okay.
blank on his memory.
Yeah, okay, yeah. What about you, Loquitur?
I think, I don't like things behind me. So I think in general, my opinion would be kill them all. Let Maka sort them out.
Fair.
But yeah, I think depending on the quantity of goblins, I mean, we could take on the rest of them. As long as Millie and Lokag are the ones standing in the way of the hits, I feel like our group's in pretty good shape. Clifford, too. I mean, Clifford's got lots of defensive capabilities as well, so...
Yeah, that new shield definitely brings his AC way up there.
I think as long as Millie and X are hiding out, not getting targeted, but all we got to do is keep Lokag on his feet and kill everything that comes our way. Seems fun.
Yeah. What if they just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming?
Then we will drown in a sea of goblins. Hey, statistically, if you had 400 goblins, they would kill the Trask.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of them are going to roll 20s,
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. If this chamber
Well,
gets full enough with the enemy.
That there is a level of goblins at which we can no longer
An
maintain
unsustainable level of goblins.
Yeah, exactly. A critical mass of enemy.
There's possibly enough of them to still do that.
Hey, we've had that before in Goblin Stone, right? We've reached that point where we could do nothing but run.
Yeah.
So, I think we'd probably. I guess I know it's a cop-out answer, but as long as Lokag's going forward, I mean, from my own personal gameplay, I know what it's like to play the Barbarian. And if you just run forward killing everything and the group just follows you, it feels pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think my tendency is just let Lokag do his thing and follow him, and I'll start throwing out some heals when he needs them, and off we go. So if he decides the way is forward instead of through, then I think that's probably what I would do too. Playing a Barbarian is so much fun. I mean, for viewers watching this, if you've never played a Barbarian player character, it's exactly. I mean, you can play your own Barbarian the way you want to, but playing with reckless abandon, just running forward and killing everything and hitting anything that stands in your way is it really is a fun style of gameplay.
Very satisfying.
You can do stupid things in the game, and then if people go, "Man, why are you doing that?" you could say, "How could you possibly have expected me to be smart?" You could just hide behind the role play.
Intelligence is my dump stat, man. Play my character. I mean, that's kind of what you want the Barbarian to do, and it seems kind of what they're built to do, including being able to trigger traps with sometimes little or no consequence. They're kind of built for that style of play, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's strengths and weaknesses, right? Because in the sense of just running forward and hitting things in combat, it's super strong, it's super fun. But then, like, you have to make a wisdom save against getting charmed or, hold person or something like that. And, I mean, you got a -1 to those rolls and you don't make them.
Yeah.
So it comes with role-playing pluses and minuses that both ends of it are very rewarding. If you believe in the whole dice tell a story thing,
It helps too. They do though.
Failing all your wisdom checks is it's telling a story, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we had that in the Dome of the Delvers, dealing with some illithid spawn.
Yep. My barbarian failed a whole sequence of saving throws and got his brain eaten by an intellect devourer. That was unpleasant.
It was grisly. And the moments leading up to him actually getting taken out, too, like he was mind controlled there by one of the other entities for a minute, dominated and attacking the party. And man, yeah, when that barbarian who's been rolling through the enemy gets turned against your party, it's definitely a moment. Like, everyone at the table's like, oh, what are we going to do about this character?
Yep, exactly. Or when your barbarian gets dominated and throws your tank into the moat. Which happened last week.
yeah, it did.
So, but it's still, I mean, it's a fun story. It's a fun story to tell when you're playing a barbarian. And I mean, I love that you allowed the other little gimmick. So my barbarian is so traumatized from getting his brain eaten that he actually went out of his way to get a headband of intellect. And he's wearing a headband of intellect now to be smarter, solely to prevent his brain from getting eaten again. So he's now a smart barbarian with sort of, let's say, a completely wasted attunement slot.
Not to him though. It is a
he
good
finally
use of
figured
that
out
attunement slot.
He finally figured out that Glint was the one whispering to him through the telekinetic stuff.
Yeah.
For viewers, we have a rogue in the group, and he's a bit he likes the chaos of being a rogue. So my barbarian got his brain eaten by intellect devourers, and then for like the next 20 sessions, he kept messing with me. He's got the psychic blade rogue, and they get the ability to whisper messages telekinetically. So my character couldn't figure it out, and he kept whispering things to me and kind of driving my character crazy, making him think the intellect devourers were back. That group is such a interesting dynamic of players. I mean, that Thursday night group is a really cool group of people, you know.
Agreed. Oh, I do miss Andy being around. He was a fun addition. Yeah,
The guy who played Twig, you mean?
Yeah, no, the guy who played
Pittis.
Pittis, yeah.
Oh, is he not coming back? Or?
I just have not heard from him. He seemed to get really busy there for a while, and I have not heard back from him.
His character was a great addition to our team.
Yeah, it was. All right. So we'll ask you, you guys. I asked DL. In this scenario, what are you all looking to do? DL said, he's happy to stay here and balance the scales as much as he possibly can. Pon, what do you think Helena's thinking in terms of this fight? Like, kill everything that moves, try to get everyone to regroup and move together, or what? What's Helena thinking?
She's definitely going to kill everything that somebody with a bigger brain than her says stop.
Awesome. And what about Lokag?
He only has eyes for the Strangler. I forgot to re-add the garrote to my character sheet. Do you remember what Life Choker's garrote, what the things were on that?
Yeah, give me just a moment. Yeah, no, I don't actually have it right in front of me.
It's okay if you don't. I'm not that worried about it. I was like, it might be kind of cool to kill this guy with it.
yeah, it is an attack roll. And then, of course, they can try to... It grapples them. It's if you hit, it just grapples them. And then on their turn, of course, they have to make a save. They have to, they can try to break free of it. Otherwise, they are beginning to suffocate. That's how it works.
Gotcha.
So it would just be like a normal, like melee attack for you to initiate, to use the garrote.
Okay. Looking at my health, I may not. I may just go in for the fair fight.
That is certainly fair. But yeah, to break free, of course, it'd be opposed athletics checks, as you're trying to keep the garrote on them, and they're trying to, of course, get free so they can breathe. It does do a little bit of slashing damage every round, too. Coming back into the action, let me transition us back to trying to hit that sweet spot where hopefully it's easy to see everybody. But yeah, then we'll kind of lose where everybody's at. So
We'll just have to be very descriptive with Locag.
there you go. Another goblin darts out into the open, fires its short bow at Helena, and then darts back to the north. But the 9 is definitely going to miss Helena. Another longbow arrow shatters on Millie's breastplate as the hobgoblin aims at her and fires again. Just a moment. What appears to be multiple goblins emerges from the corridor to the east, to the northeast of you all. But each of them move in unison. Each of them raise a long, curved, and pointed rod and gesture, and 4 shafts of dull red light wink into existence between them and Helena. But they converge at a point just a few inches to the left of your face, Helena, and they miss. Another longbow snaps the other hobgoblin to the southeast, firing its bow, this time at Helena. But it whistles past her the other side of her head. The fletching's almost brushing your ear. What does X do?
X is going to... It is a good question. think I'm going to move 3 times.
Okay.
So I'll move, I'll use the dash action, and then I will use my bonus action robe to move again. And I'm going to go to the Strangler. And try to make sure that he can't get away. I can get on this side. All right, there we go. I'm blocking the Strangler from escape, and that's my whole turn.
Nice.
Oh, and I'm holding the rod in my hand to use as a weapon if he tries to get by me.
Okay.
Actually, I'll use it. I'll have a dagger. I would rather have a dagger.
Okay. It's up to you. Another longbow arrow shatters on the wall just above Lokag's head. Millie shouts out over her shoulder, "Are we all moving that way? Or are you all coming back?" She's obviously trying to decide if she should move further in toward the hobgoblins or if she should follow after you all. Lokag and X.
X will yell out, "Kill them all!"
Right, she will step up to this hobgoblin. And Lokag, if you want to make Millie's attacks.
2 of them, correct?
Yep, she's got a +8.
That would be 18 and 17.
Both are going to hit. She's got a D8 +5.
Oh, nice rolls. Come on. 25 damage total.
Nice. In 2 quick swings of the blade of the nameless hero, the hobgoblin drops, clatters part of the way down back down the stairs. And yeah, Millie faces the other goblins and stays there. What about Lokag?
Lokag screams out, "Garbash!" as he leaps and lunges with an overhead swing with the glaive. He's going to attack recklessly and combine that with flanking. There we go. Bless flanking, reckless attack. Come on, baby. Crit hit. Huge, big overhead swing. Comes out to, let's see, hold on. I may want to, no, I'm happy with this. 16 damage on the first attack.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the Strangler.
As X comes around and gets in front of him, stops, he pulls up in his path, and as he pulls up, he hears his name screamed from behind him. He begins to turn, but as his head turns up, the blade of the glaive meets his face right where the eye is and just splits his head in 2 while still on his shoulders. And he slowly slides to the ground.
Awesome. What
And
else?
Lokag will look at X and say, "The scales? Question mark."
He has 1 eye now. He can go to his maker.
And Lokag will finish. Let's see, that was... I forgot to measure this.
It was
No,
15
feet.
Mhm.
Thank you. So I've got 30 feet of movement left. Lokag is going to make his way up. Very nice. To this brazier. And he's going to swing on one of the hobgoblins protecting the staircase.
Okay.
Turn blinking off. But I've
See a
still got
faint
left.
gauze of thick smoke tumbling down the stairs, carrying the scent of burned offerings and putrid incense from above.
$23 to hit this hobgoblin.
That's a hit.
Followed up, so that's 16 damage. Followed up by a quick pole strike for 27 to
That's a
hit,
hit also.
and 11 damage.
Once more, you can feel free to describe or pass.
Quick run up after saying that thing to X. He runs up. He sort of one-handed swipes to get the reach as he slides in, and then as that sort of takes this goblin across the chest, he kind of pulls the glaive back in, and with the hammerhead makes a sort of sweeping jab at its legs, and as it falls, its head cracks the stairs and busts open.
Oh, gnarly. Alright, I guess that's movement, action, bonus action for Lokag.
Yes.
A nice round for Lokag. Next in the order is Helena.
Goblin. Which goblin is shooting in the face? Well, we'll start with that skirmisher up there.
Okay.
Just get him out of the way.
$23
23.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Hey! Not 15.
The arrow lances the creature's bicep before vanishing and reappearing back in your finger as you knock another arrow. The goblin does not fall, but seems very hurt.
Shoot him again. 15.
15 is going to hit.
8.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the skirmisher.
I think Helena's kind of got this, imagine all this is happening very fast, and goblin blood is just spraying left and right all around her, and this is just, her naturally dreaded hairs just flying around, smacking her in the face as she looks for the next thing, hoping it's not one of her comrades that she just trigger happily shoots at, and is relieved to see a goblin fall, which I believe that one was dim light, so she's kind of squinting to be like, okay, yeah, it's not somebody, that's not one of mine, good. So she now looks immediately for the next one.
Awesome. Well, there's one hobgoblin standing at the top of the stairs, another goblin here with a bow, 4 identical, moving identically. Some sort of spell is in effect.
What about the one that's closer? Just north of Bubby?
Oh, yeah, and there is, of course, yeah, one closer.
I'm gonna move a bit. I want to shoot that one.
Seventeen is a hit.
That's 9.
Once more, you can feel free to describe or pass.
You go ahead and take this one.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you just as quickly as you spot them, as quickly as you can discern it's not one of your allies. So perhaps you overlooked this one just for a brief moment. It was getting kind of close to the tangle of, kind of close to your allies, so you just overlooked firing off past it. And then draw another arrow and sink it right through the goblin's belly. It doubles over, clutching at the arrow before it vanishes. It pitches forward to the stony floor. Does Helena say anything?
Yeah. Bring it on. I'm used to swarms.
Nice. One goblin begins to dart away, but sort of turns really quickly and fires an arrow at Helena as it scampers away. The arrow misses, sailing easily over your head.
So sorry to interrupt. Did the rats go at all on Helena's turn?
Thank you.
No. I suppose I try to just get them as close as I can to probably this hob. Oh, that goblin. Wait, isn't that the one I just killed?
It's the one you... Oh, goodness. Yes. Yes, I'm so sorry. So yeah, there's the hobgoblin, like you were saying. It's about the closest one to them.
Yeah. Don't know if they can make it that far. Guess they can if they dash.
Bubby can. From there.
Okay. Then Bubby's gonna bite.
The other one would definitely have to dash.
Gee, does a 6 make it?
6 is gonna miss. Looks like you're whispering
Oh.
those rolls to me too.
Okay, I'll fix that with the next one.
Yeah, no worries.
Can the vermican, or they dash, so
would
they
have to
can't?
dash up, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they wouldn't be able to make an attack.
And then, yeah, that's it.
Next is Gravelix, who I think would also pop over on this corner toward Helena and maybe fire at that same hobgoblin. X, do you want to make an attack for Gravelix? D20 plus 4.
Sure. 6.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check as well. Another D20. Okay, so you can roll that for attack roll again. He'll be rolling with advantage. All right, so not a hit. Gravelix pops
Still
around the
got a
corner.
6.
Yeah, but he misses the hobgoblin and ducks back out of sight. The goblin to the northeast of Helena draws down on her with his short bow as well before trying to flee back into the corridor. The arrow, of course, whistles wide over Helena's head and misses. Clifford will move to there and just hide. I don't think he'd be able to move up and make an attack or anything. The multiple images of the goblin, some sort of sleeveless robe on him, a strangely curved wand. All four of them in unison once more jut those pointed wands toward Helena. But again, the blast goes wide. This bugbear drops its longbow, pulls its shield up from over its from its back, and quickly draws its longsword and slashes out at Bubby. For a 14 to hit. which is going to hit Bubby.
That's sad.
Bubby will take 3 slashing damage.
The sheet is different. Where is the health?
You can also just edit on the token as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. I don't see it on the sheet at all. Did you? Yeah, you already did it. Okay.
Yeah, I already took care of it. A goblin here appears and also fires at Bubby before darting back around the corner.
Monsters.
Another 5 points of piercing to Bubby.
No. No. No.
Next in the order is X.
My turn's going to be pretty simple. I am going to move up behind Lokag. I am going to cast a level 1 Cure Wounds. My book that my artifact book is going to maximize that. Mm-hmm. So Lokag will receive 20 points of healing.
Halved because I'm raging, right? Just kidding.
doubled because you're raging. And then if I move back this way, is there anything back here that's like lower or higher? I really can't tell from the train. I won't have any economy left to hide, but I want to be kind of like out of line of sight if I can be.
Yeah, I mean, this corner can give you some cover. So yeah, you could basically be hugging that corner. Anything that tries to attack you will have a bonus to your AC.
Okay, and then I'm going to take a quick look at this door. Does that look like a point of threat? I mean, nothing's coming through it, but does it look like it's locked and closed and sealed, or does it look like an entry point where we could soon be overrun?
It definitely, I mean, it does, you don't see, you do see a large lock plate on the door, but you can hear movement. Heavy, slow, sort of shambling footstep within. Occasional whack, as if a cleaver hitting a cutting board.
Okay, X is done.
All right. All right, near Lokag, the hobgoblin raises its bow and fires at Lokag. For a 12, which is going to miss.
Lokag glares at the hobgoblin menacingly.
Millie would sort of step over and around the stairs toward the goblins, toward the light, and toward this hobgoblin. Millie, if you want to, or Helena, if you want to make 2 attack rolls for Millie, she'll have a +8, or you can just roll d20s. That's going to hit. Let's see, one more. Right, that is gonna miss. You can use your inspiration to re-roll that for her, or you can roll the d6 for the mishap table.
Yeah, I'll use it because that's not nice.
Okay.
My inspiration, right?
Yeah, yours.
Yep. This one's for you, Mill.
Pour one out for the homies.
Yeah. So
Alright,
another
you can re-roll it then.
16.
Awesome. Those are both going to hit. 2d8 plus 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, that's nice.
Would you roll it, please? Awesome. It's a total of 20 damage, though. Hobgoblin is sort of staggered back, but does not fall.
I think we all know what's coming.
Next in the order is Lokag.
Lokag charges other hobgoblin 20 feet up. And he is going to attack it. Not recklessly. No, recklessly. Why? Why not?
I don't know. You tell me. Why not?
Locust. Do 15 to hit this hobgoblin.
15 is going to miss.
All right. Second attack. It ducks under his first. Second attack comes in at a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Excellent. Second attack comes down, catching it in the collarbone for 11 damage. And Lokag whirls the staff and attempts to strike it with his pole for a 28 to hit.
That's definitely a hit.
For an additional 11 damage. I roll max damage on that pole strike a lot.
I know. Yeah, the hobgoblin seems staggered. Hasn't fallen yet, but clearly very hurt.
That is Lokag's turn.
Next in the order is Helena.
She's gonna call Bubby way back.
Okay. Probably disengage.
Yeah. And move back as far as Bubby can possibly. Out of shooting range. And then no one can hit Bubby there, right?
Well, ranged attacks could still target him. There's
Well,
really no
what-
place for him to hide immediately.
Not with that big boulder thing that's there.
So these are not very large. They're maybe 6 inches high.
No, I mean the big round thing that's directly to the east.
Okay, so that's a lip of a set of stairs that go down into the ground.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, don't do that. I kind of saw it as a weird boulder with a hole, but it kind of is. It's anyway.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. So Bubby could move down the stairs and get out of line of sight.
Yeah. She's basically like using her telepathic love for Bubby to be like, just stay safe.
Okay, yeah, Bubby scrambles down the stairs away from the hobgoblin. What about the verminkin?
They're gonna try to bite the hobgoblin. This better work. 12?
12 is gonna miss again.
No.
The
That's
hobgoblin's
one-
got some full chainmail armor. Having trouble getting around it or getting through it.
Well, that makes Helena mad. So she's gonna come up here and she's gonna shoot that hobgoblin, and I get advantage, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know how flanking bonuses work.
Oh,
at the
okay, yeah, so
moment.
flanking's just a +2, and you have to be in melee to get the flanking bonus.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I just feel like they'd be distracted and me shooting in the face. I feel like I'd have advantage. That's just how it works in my mind.
No, totally, that's a completely fair explanation.
But I'm gonna shoot them anyways. I'm mad that my rats just can't bite through that chainmail, so I'm gonna have to.
That's right,
I've got bless,
you do.
if that would help.
Yeah, roll it.
That D4?
Mm-hmm.
Yes! I remembered that all by myself. I got a 3.
Alright, this one has a shield, so it's able to deflect that arrow.
Boo. Okay. And do it again. 25.
That's
Take
a
that.
hit.
That's right.
And you can feel free to describe or pass as you take out the hobgoblin.
With the rage of her precious Bubby being injured, she makes a hiss, a strange hissing sound, as she shoots 2 arrows. Of course, the one deflects, but the second one, as he's distracted by the first, he kind of follows it with his eyes, just like as he's turning his head. The second one goes right through his ear and out through the other, and he just falls, drops his shield, and falls over.
Gnarly. I love it. And Elena has one more attack.
Let's shoot one of the goblin blockades, maybe? See what that's all about?
Black blades? Yeah.
Black blades,
So
yeah.
all moving in absolute unity.
Well, it seems like we're just gonna shoot it and see what happens. 19?
Give me just a moment. One of the duplicates vanishes.
Cool.
But the goblin itself seems unhurt.
Well, that would be it for Helena.
Alright. How about Gravelix? If you want to make a stealth check for Gravelix. Alright. So he is also going to try to hit the Black Blade. So you can roll a d20 for Gravelix. I think... yeah. Alright, Gravelix misses and pops back around the corner. Another arrow whistles through the air toward Helena. Roll a d6 for the mishap table. As the goblin misses terribly, and something might happen to them. 3. Goblin gives a screech of pain. You can hear its footsteps retreating. Clifford comes creeping up to the corner. He can also see the Black Blade. And, yeah, he might try to fire his pistol. X, do you want to make an attack roll for Clifford's pistol? He's got a +7.
Your attacks with a 17 and a 15, so 24 and 22.
Both of those are going to hit. D10 +4 each.
At 28 damage, take that.
Nice. All right. Ooh. Both of those seem to hit the goblin. And 2 of the images vanish as the goblin drops to the ground. Clifford then bends his attention to his weapon to reload it. There's a snapping of another short bow just west of Helena. Another 15 to hit as an arrow whistles by Helena's head.
I do not believe that hits.
I don't believe it does either.
Nope.
All right. Helena, you hear shouting echoing from down the stairs. At quite a distance, probably a few hundred feet away, you imagine a stairway snaking through the dark folds of the Goblin Stone, just like the one you traveled through, only 3-4 times as wide. You hear the clinking of chainmail and the clatter of shields against spears or longsword hafts. You imagine a large company of hobgoblins making their way up from the deep beneath you. They're not close, but given enough time, 5-6 rounds, they will be appearing at those stairs. The top of the order. What does X do? Actually, let's see here. Maybe we'll take a pause here and take another short break. Take 5. That sounds good with everybody.
Take a quick 5.
Okay, can you guys cover while I take a quick break?
Yeah,
I gotta jump out for a second.
I can cover.
Okay, I'll be back in just a few.
I'm sorry I haven't been looking at the chat tonight so much. And I'm seeing all of the all the mice, all the rats. Goblins don't taste very good. Yeah, and Bubby has to hide. I can't bear to lose my Bubby. We just got Bubby bigger.
Now that Bubby Big can't die, Bubby can't die.
That sounds like another song we should throw into AI. Big Bubby can't die. We threw her in the fire. We don't know why.
Oh, that was good. That was pretty good. I have no idea where we're gonna go from here. There's a door to the east, a door to the west, some menacing stairs that I think are gonna lead to a boss fight.
Ooh.
And some stairs that Bubby's in.
You can almost smell the boss fight wafting up. Cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'm doing okay. I got infinite arrows, but
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because
I wonder if we could.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I wonder if we could fortify that magic room and take a long rest in there or something.
That's a good idea. I like that. It's so funny. My character in my Wednesday night game is actually like a war strategist. So when I'm playing her, I'm like trying to pick up on all the little details and like trying to think of all these different strategies and stuff that I can do. But when I'm playing Helena, I've been role playing for such a long time. I just let the characters just sort of infect my brain. She's just kind of bumping around. She's not strategizing nothing. Just responds to what's going on at the moment. So it's like oddly destabilizing as a player. Especially like as a video game player, even kind of,
Yeah.
But I made her to challenge myself to like try to let go of being fancy and being a wizard that's paying attention to everything all the time.
I got back just in time.
Nice. We just raised the goal on me recapping the next session.
Oh yeah!
Oh, awesome.
Gravelix
yeah.
needs for a song. Oh my god.
What about Gravelix and Pompon?
Gravelix needs their own song. We were coming up with a Bubby rap just to, you know. I will be right back.
All right.
Nice screen celebration. Someone just had the rat emojis go all over the screen. That was very cool. SW Go Play.
Yeah, Star Wars Go player. Heck yeah.
Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I just gotta
Yeah, no
refill my
problem.
water.
So yeah, what do you all think? We've got this large chamber, obviously connects the top of the stone to the bottom of the stone. There are massive stairways that go up and down. Helena can hear a large contingent of hobgoblins coming up the stairs, making their way slowly to this area. So what do you all think? Should they stay and try to fight off as many of them as they can? Make sure, as X said, there's nothing following behind them? Or should they try and throw some traps and, to harry the enemy as they follow? Or should they just make a break for it? Head to the top of the stone, find the masters, try and take them out. Merlin is apparently still busy doing something to that circle of magic. If he can be believed, he's draining it of its power somehow and taking it. So yeah. Something that will help Merlin become more powerful. At least that's what he thinks.
I watch Merlin's actually the ritual, and while we're not looking, he turns himself into the one-eyed god. Plot twist.
Merlin was the enemy all the whole time. That would be pretty good. Master Merlin. Oh yeah, let's see here. Got an ad is about to run any second now. Feed the dragon. Welcome back, Pon Pon.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
back.
Mythicus has got a crown now. He's looking good. Looking good. All right, if everybody is ready, we can jump back into it. And feel free to, during combat and stuff, to shout out potential plans or, so that you all can be doing some of that deciding during combat even, or at least, bringing your questions up to each other. So top of the order then is X.
All right. The mystery of this door must be revealed. Let us see what we can see. Is it trapped?
Make an investigation check.
Woo!
Does not appear
11.
to be trapped.
All right. Can I open it?
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be locked at the moment either.
Hey. Opens outward or inward?
It opens outward.
Okay. I'll yell to Locag. Let's see, what would get Locag over here the fastest? Another boss in here, Locag. And I'll ready an action to open the door and let Locag through.
Okay. The hobgoblin nearest Locag drops its bow, shoulders up its shield, draws its longsword, and slashes with it in one fluid motion. It then sort of repositions itself on the stairs, striking Locag with a nat 20 to hit.
Nice.
It spits some words at you in its own tongue. That is the pretty sad crit damage. 7 total slashing.
He
That was
crit
pretty
you for
bad.
3 damage.
Yep, he did. Oh, that's painful. I know the pain.
Hobgoblin holds its ground, though. It's what you can see of its face within the armored helm, set in a grim, determined line.
And just in time for her turn, surprise guest, Millie has joined us in the voice chat.
Hello, Millie. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Your voice sounds different. Do you have a cold?
Nope, just a bunch of odd things.
Yeah, I thought that was a voice mod for a second.
Sorry to call you out, Joe, if you're not ready. We can-
Nope, all good.
Yeah, you definitely, Are you here to play or are you just here to hang out? It's cool either way.
Nope, here to play.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you can make it.
Yep.
Yeah. No need to jump on cams and
work
stuff
day.
yet. Got your token, got Millie's token blown up for the moment. And go ahead and ping.